Well, hello everybody and welcome to the Daily Dose of Awesome, hosted here by Elite Marketing Pro. Thank you guys so much for jumping on today and getting your 15 minutes of inspiration, motivation, and education. My name is Chef Katrina. I am an online mentor around the world of online marketing, also a speaker, and I am super excited to be on here with you guys today. One of my favorite things is Tuesday because I get to be on here and work with you guys and share a little bit of insight in what's working and what's not working. And that's always a great thing about doing these Daily Dose of Awesomes. I know you guys have been experiencing some amazing content from our mentors that have been coming on and taking over and being on their page. I know we've had Bill and Michelle Pescasolido join us. I know we've had some of our EMP team come on and join us. So really super excited that you guys are getting so much from our mentors and our trainers and those that are a really big contribution to our community. So really amazing. So hello Pedro, hello Jill, hello Annalie, how are you? I see Eddie's on with us from Virginia. Mary's joining us, so welcome. Brandy, I see jumped on also. Tony, how are you? Gosh, it's really cool because I saw so many of you guys at No Excuses and I get to see your names now. It is like, hey, look at that. It's like I got to meet you in person and now I get to be on these Daily Dose of Awesomes, and I feel like we're really connecting now. So Jennifer, hello. Lisa, hello. Jan, what's up? So what we're talking about today is getting real about online marketing and how to use it to build your business. Ooh, for those that you didn't know, one of my roles here at Elite Marketing Pro is to have strategy calls with all of our Fast Track clients. So every time somebody joins the Fast Track program, one of their things is to have a strategy or a check-in call with me, and we get to cover a lot of information. And I actually love these calls because it's so insightful of what you guys are up to as a community, what you guys are up to as individuals in your business. And I love the fact that you guys are all applying the attraction marketing formula process, right? Many of you guys have gone through and are looking at how do I make this better? How do I continue to build my brand? What are the pieces that are missing? And what I love about that is that online marketing is a process for so many of us, including myself, right? This is where we get to kind of discover who we are and really what we're committed to around our business. And I promise you guys, it's not easy. So anyone can relate that this is kind of hard. Just drop a 1. If you guys are struggling with this and you kind of find this difficult, you're finding this world of technology a little frustrating, drop a 1. I just want to know if that's somewhere in your bubble at any point. Anything from running an ad, understanding what goes on, just drop the number 1 and just say, yeah, that's kind of the world I'm in also. So yeah, you guys are like, yeah, I've been there, right? It is difficult. This is definitely not an easy journey many of us are on. What I've noticed has been the biggest culprit for many of us, including some of the top leaders that I've been working with, and some of them, it's the consistency. I think that's the biggest struggle every single one of us. I swear consistency is the one thing we all deal with over and over again, right? Is how do I stay consistent? How do I stay engaged with my audience? Especially consistency when there's nobody there, right? I think one of the biggest struggles we have is that we're consistent and no one's showing up. We're not getting engagement. We're not getting likes. We're not getting leads. We're not getting sales. It's how do you stay committed in the face of adversity, right? How do you stay committed when there's nothing going on? And I think that's the hardest part. So, hey, Heather, hey, Don, I'm just going to quickly acknowledge you guys for being on here because it's super excited you guys are on here and you're commenting, right? You guys are all saying, yeah, this has definitely, been crazy. So typically what I found that I'm having a lot of calls on is consistency is where most of us slip up. And the reason we do this is because we don't think we know it's important, but we don't know how to keep the process around it, right? And we talked about this a lot last night in the Monday Mojo. So if you guys missed it with Carrie and Whit, amazing couple that are doing phenomenally well around building both their network marketing business and at the same time building success within Elite Marketing Pro. We talk about, the commitment process. We talked about staying engaged with your audience. We talked about what it's like to be authentic and still have your own voice, right? So what I've discovered, and one of the things that I like to look at is like, how often should you be posting to your Facebook page? And the reason that this usually is my first question to people is because this sets the tone for really what's going on, how your audience is engaging with you, how your audience is seeing you, how you're perceived as a value leader, how are you perceived with, the value you're giving to your audience. So consistency has its biggest issue, and posting to Facebook is one of the big places where I see a lot of us slip up, right? Because if you're not consistent with your audience, they don't know that you're there, right? So take a look at it from this perspective. You guys, Nike advertises every single day. Elite Marketing Pro, we advertise every single day. Your MLM company is advertising every single day through adding new distributors, adding new other people. Fast food restaurants are marketing every single day. You turn on the radio, there's commercials. That's why there's commercials on television. That's why there's commercials everywhere, because it's staying constant in your face, right? The moment that something is not in front of you, it's forgotten. It's not even a memory anymore. Like, you've totally forgotten that they exist. You need that constant reminder around marketing. You need that constant reminder that this person is there to help and assist you. And that's why we talk about the importance of with consistency. That's how we say it's the keys. It literally is the foundation for moving your business forward, because being consistent in how you're talking to your audience is critical. Everyone asks me, well, how often should I be posting on Facebook? So you're posting for your audience. So while it appears to you that you're posting too much, right? I get that a lot. It's like, man, my audience is going to be like so bored because I feel like I'm posting all the time and they're just, constantly seeing it. I don't know if it's any valuable. The truth is that your audience only sees it when they're online, and they're only seeing it in their feed. They don't typically go to someone's fan page and look at everything that's been going on there, right? Typically they don't. Sometimes they do, but really what they see is whatever pops up in their news feed. And typically it'll pop up in their news feed if they're engaged with you. So if they're having conversations with you, if they're liking your page, then what that tells Facebook is that you want to see more of that person's content. So the more consistent you are in your content, Facebook rewards you by putting that content into your followers and those that like you's feed, because they see that engagement that's going on. So how often should you post to your Facebook page? Well, here's my thought process. There's a morning, there's an afternoon, and there's an evening. So based on that, how often do you think you should be posting to your Facebook page? If you guys have an answer, please comment below. I'd like to know what your thoughts are around how often you should you be posting to your page, if you know that there's a morning, there's an afternoon, and there's an evening. Kind of gives you an idea, right? Kind of gets the juices moving on that one. So then the next question is, well, what do I post? Well, who are you talking to, right? If I am going after the car-loving industry, people that like hot rod cars, then what I'm posting on my page is going to be relevant to them. I'll be talking about engine parts. I'll be talking about tires. I'll be talking about, where to go to get the best, paint on your car. Like, I'm talking to a very specific audience if I'm talking about cars. So the same thing goes to who are you talking to in your audience. And sometimes you have to do a little research. Google is a phenomenal tool, I promise you that. You can go online and be like, so what are the top 10 sites network marketers go and visit, right? You can ask questions like this. You can ask questions of your audience. You have so much available to you guys in learning this, right? So online marketing is truly how you're building your business, is how you're showing up for them. And being consistent around that is the hardest game, but the most valuable game that you can play. Because when you show up, I guess you guys are now guessed it, maybe 3 times a day, your audience only comes on when they come on. Like, not everybody's on in the morning. Sometimes, people are only on during lunchtime, or people are on in the evening when they're at home. So when you're posting, it's going to show up based on when your audience is actually online. Because most of us, I promise you, are not on here 24/7. I'm not sitting here, I promise you, I'm not sitting here watching your news feed going, ooh, I wonder what she's posting today, right? It's typically because of the engagement I have with you that your post then shows up on my feed, that I get updates about what you're doing, and that's the relationship. That's the influence you're building with me. And that's what I want you guys to get a look at, is like being consistent. The other thing I'm seeing that's missing, and I know I've got like 2 minutes to share this with you guys, because I want to respect, actually I started a few minutes late, so maybe I can make it up for a few minutes. One of the things that I see missing a lot is that many of you have a public profile or an entrepreneur profile on your page. And I see a lot of people talking about business, and I see a lot of people talking about marketing, and I see a lot of motivation, which is exciting. It really is. But what I see missing is that if you're a public figure, people want to see you, right? They want to get an idea of who you are. So lifestyle plays a part of it. What you do, right? Are you part of a family, or do you have favorite places to go to eat? Do you like certain types of movies? My big joke that I ran for a long time, and people still to this day talk about it, right? And everybody talks about it quite a bit. So when I got started online, I'll share this quick story with you guys because it's going to be relevant. I got into the world of bacon, right? Being a chef, right? One of the things we talked about a lot in our kitchen was we were fascinated as chefs with the world of bacon. Don't ask, I won't tell you, but it was amazing. So when I got online, I thought, why not continue this joke, but do this with my audience to kind of give them a sneak peek on kind of one of the running jokes that was going on in my life. So I went into Google, right, and I searched bacon. And what I came up with was the funny elements of bacon, like bacon mouthwash, bacon toothpaste, bacon stickers, bacon food, bacon clothing, earrings, makeup, bars of soap, bacon frosting, all sorts of really crazy stuff around bacon, right? And what I did is I dripped that into my marketing. What that created for people was a relatability almost instantly, right? They were part of an inside running joke. They would actually, going to live events, people would actually talk about some of the funny things they would see. I would get tagged on it on Facebook, so people came across weird commercials or funny stuff, they would tag me in it because it created that instant relatability. Then I was no longer this perceived superstar. I was more of like, hey, they're down to earth just like me, right? So where it got a little out of control was that when I'd go to live events, I started getting pounds of bacon. I started getting all sorts of crazy bacon stuff, but it was what people related to, right? And it was by dripping that onto my Facebook page that people kind of got to see that little inside humor. They got to kind of play inside that world of what I was up to. Not only was I teaching them marketing, not only was I sharing Elite Marketing Pro, the system, but now they had something to relate to. So I request that you guys, when you do your marketing online, that you drip in who you are. So if you have a passion for fitness, if you have a passion for needlework and crocheting and all this crazy stuff, like, let that show, right? You only have to let people in as far as you want to let them in. And you guys already know, like, what does my office look like? I think one of the things you guys are loving is like, hey, show us your office. Hey, show us what you're up to. Because you like to be getting introduced to people. You like to feel like you're part of their world and you're not just being taught marketing over and over again, but that you get a sense of who you're working with. And if you want to work with them as a leader, if you want to be part of their company, you kind of have a sense of what their commitment is, what their sense of humor is, and all of that. And that all plays into what you're doing in online marketing. So that typically is what I see missing when you guys talk about how often should I post and what should I be posting about. It's a blend of motivation, it's a blend of content, it's a blend of lifestyle, it's being authentic with where you're at. So please don't always try to be the perfect page. Like, don't only post the good. Sometimes you have to post the failures. Sometimes you have to post the mistakes because it creates such an authenticity with people. That's what they want to see. Attraction marketing isn't just posting about information in your business. Attraction marketing is being who you are and showing up as the leader for your audience. That's attraction marketing, right? That's what attracts people into your business. That's what Carrie and Whit are so good at, is they're attracting people because they're high energy. There are action takers with many mistakes that get made, and they're very authentic about what that looks like, right? That's the leaders that you guys are following. That's what's going to show up in your business. So getting real about online marketing is that get real with where you're at. Get so real with where you're at, okay, guys? Have some fun with this. Learn to incorporate part of your lifestyle into it, right? Use your business page as an engagement source. Many of you guys, real quick, talk about, well, nobody sees what I'm doing on my page. It's because you haven't created enough engagement over there. Facebook will reward your page by how often you show up to your audience and how consistent you are in that. That's why there are pages that do extraordinary in content and in engagement. And then there are some pages that kind of like, it's not going as well as I like. So it's a blend, right? Have some fun with this. Learn to be a little bit more in there, especially if you're going to be a public figure or an entrepreneur on your page. Then there's almost an expectation that they get to see a little bit about you and they get to know a little bit about who you are. And that's where they're going to want to come in and visit with you and be part of your team, be part of your training, be part of like who you are, want to attend live events that you're at so they get a sense of connecting with you. So is this valuable? Did you guys get a couple of golden nuggets out of today's Daily Dose of Awesome? Have you seen what's going on around that world? Because this is truly like the place where magic happens, right? Is that you're connecting to your audience, you're being authentic with them, you're being real with them, and you're showing up and you're consistent around that. So if this is helping you, if this is like, I just got an aha moment, then drop a yes. Let me know you had an aha moment, because that to me is really what these Daily Dose of Awesomes are about. And this is your opportunity for those that are seeing this for the first time. If if someone is sharing this with you, if your leader shared this and put this on their page, then they're sharing with this because they get so much value out of this. And if you guys are looking at this for the first time, then Attraction Marketing Formula is where they began. This is what they went up to. This is how they're learning how to build their business online, how to connect with people. So if you're seeing this for the first time, then click on the link up above that they've put up there for you. Go in, find out more about what they're up to with Attraction Marketing Formula, how they're using this to build their business, and link arms with them. These are extraordinary leaders that you're getting access to. They're incredible at what they're doing. They're learning this along with you. So if you can get value from them, if you're, helping, if they're there to help you, then again, link above, that's for elitemarketingpro.com/go. Check out what it is to be building your business online. Get consistent, be bold, go in there and just connect with your audience, guys. And with that, thank you guys so much for joining me. Hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you inside the community. If not, we'll see you on the next Daily Dose of Awesome. Have a great one, everybody. Bye-bye.